Brictopian. Hello, it's Brictopian, and this is a review for two different Speed Champions sets. It is the Aston Martin Db5 and the Dodge Charger ST. The Aston Martin set I built first because I thought that would be my favourite. It is an 8+ set. The set number is 76911, and it is the Aston Martin Db5, and it is a 007 James Bond set. The other one is the Dodge Charger RT, and it is a Fast and Furious set, and it is a 1970 Dodge Charger, and it is 8+, and it's 76912. Both sets are really good, and both sets come with a minifigure. The Fast and Furious one comes with Dom Toretto, which is one of the main characters from Fast and Furious, and he's got no extra face printing, but he has got a smile face on the front there. Not that I rarely ever see him smile. And the legs are plain, they've got nothing on, and the torso's just got some wrinkles, but it's a black tank top, which he does wear quite often. But yeah, it's not the most exciting figure, and I wouldn't say that looks that much like Dom Toretto, but it's still a good figure overall, and I can't really fault it too much. And they got the skin colour just right as well. And then you got the James Bond one, which I think is the best of the two, because it does look a bit more like Daniel Craig, whereas this one doesn't really look much like Vin Diesel. And the hair, they got it just right, and I love the suit with the bow tie, it looks really good, although again, it's still quite a basic outfit. But then both of these characters don't wear anything too detailed anyway, and again, it's got no alternative face. So I definitely prefer the James Bond figure. But they're both good, and it's good to get both of them. Two main characters from two action film franchises in minifigure form. The Aston Martin is definitely the best of the two cars. I think it's the most fun to build because it uses the most new pieces, such as these light pieces, which are on a quarter curve, or a 1x1 brick that's curved and one high. They use these, plus there's some other new pieces like these wheel cover pieces are new, and also there's these tiles on the back that are 1x2 curved tiles. These are brand new as well, and they are prints. This is a new piece as well, I believe. And then this set has not got many new pieces in. Both of these use those new half a brick tall 1x1 bricks with the holes in. Both of them use those in grey though, so you get those in both sets. And the cars, you can see, are very similar in size, with this one being slightly longer. Both of them were really good to build though, and I like how this one uses a print as well here. Both of them use backlight printing, because that one's got transparent 1x1s that have a little bit of black printing on to make this shape, and then these have obviously got the 1x2 tiles. It's odd that both of the back lights on both of these cars are prints, and yet the license plates on both of them are not prints. You'd think it'd be easier to print the license plates than those. I know they're slightly smaller, but you'd still think it would be easier. And the Aston Martin logo is also a sticker, which is a real shame. Same as on the front one is a sticker too, which is again a shame, because I know a lot of other Speed Champions cars actually have printed logos, which is a shame, and it makes sense that they could have printed it if they wanted to, because they have done Aston Martin licensing before for one of the other Speed Champions sets, plus for the Creator Expert 007 Aston Martin Db5, which is the same as this. And I think that the Aston Martin Db5 Creator Expert set is actually not as good as this one, even though this is smaller and less detailed. It looks more accurate to what it's based on. One thing I don't like about this one is that the roof is not actually attached, it just removes easily, and I prefer if it was actually connected rather than being loose, because obviously if you held it upside down it would come off, although it hasn't this time, but it would sometimes. But obviously you're not going to hold it upside down very often, but I still think it would have felt more complete if they'd actually attached it Both of them, I love the wheel covers though. I think the Aston Martin is best though because it looks really chrome. I know there's bits of chrome on this one, but the whole thing's chrome on this one and it just looks great. I do wish they'd given you alternative wheel covers for both, but they don't. Unlike some Speed Champion sets, these only have one lot, which is on the car. Although then it does keep the price down a little bit more because obviously these sets are 20 quid, whereas the originally the sets of one car Speed Champions were only, I think, 17 quid or 18 quid, so they put the price up of these, just like every other Lego set seems to be going up at the moment. 20 quid does seem a lot, but then I would rather spend 20 quid on small cars than spending a lot more on a bigger car that's perhaps not as good. So I'd recommend getting this over the Creator Expert version, and I do have the Creator Expert version. This one, the roof's nice and attached, and I'm not a fan though of how the colour looks different on this printed back windscreen, but I don't know how else they could have done it really to get it look like that. And I also don't like how there's no separation in this part of the back window there. They could have done that with a sticker or a print. If they could print this entire area in grey, I don't know why they couldn't have printed a line there as well. There's quite more stickers surprisingly in the Aston Martin than in this one, and I don't like how the colour of grey is slightly different on the doors printing on these stickers to the actual colour of the bricks. I'm not a fan of that. But this, on the other hand, is a print. This grille piece here, that's actually two separate pieces. There's a 4x4 plate that uses for the top part that's got a hole in the middle, and then this is just a 1x6 brick. Again, how is this a print when it's a bigger area covered, but yet that is not a print? Surely it should be the bigger areas that are easier to apply stickers, so they should be the ones that are more likely to be stickers. Not that I'm saying this shouldn't be a print, and I'm glad obviously these are prints, because that would be annoying to put stickers on, and they just look really cool, and obviously it'd be good for mocks. And how they build this bit was really clever. I liked how they got the angles and how it slots into place, and it's held in between that 4x4 plate to keep it still. And the lights on this one are actually loose inside there, and they're using snot bricks, one that has two studs above each other, and then you actually put the plates on to hold it in place, which also is cool. I love the blower build as well. It's very simple, but it just looks really good, and I think it does stand out as one of the best bits of the build experience. And also I love how the handle is not a print on this one, a print or a sticker. It's brick built because it uses a roller skate piece, and I've never seen that technique used before, so it's really cool to see. They've got a single wing mirror representation on this one because the actual car only has a wing mirror on the driver's side, and I think that looks fine, and I'm glad they're at least showing some representation of wing mirrors. This one doesn't, because on the actual car the wing mirrors are further down the body, they're like here, but that would have been too awkward to do, so they couldn't really do it, which is a shame, but it doesn't detract too much from the overall model. They both use matching front windscreens, which I think work fine, even though both the cars are completely different sort of cars. And the construction on the base is quite simple. You still use these black big pieces that they use, and there's quite a lot of good detail for the exhaust. I thought well done. This one uses them little Technic lipstick type pieces. They're not lipstick ones, but they're similar to the lipstick ones. And then some of them they use ball and joint attachments on this one, and I think this one did at the front, I believe. And I like how they use the little horn pieces to get that overhang for the bumper, and also you get chrome on this one for around the bumper, and even the license plate pieces are chrome, which is really cool. You do actually get extra stickers for the James Bond Aston Martin, so you can do other license plates, but I didn't want to use them because if you don't use them then you can have the extra chrome 1x3 tiles. But I don't know, I might use these. I just don't know if I want to keep swapping the license plate that much. It's not really of that much interest to me. I would recommend both these sets. I can't really fault either of them too much. I think they're two of the best Speed Champion sets we've got, and I can't wait to see what other film-based or TV show-based licensed Speed Champions vehicles we'll get. Like, we could get one for Kit from Knight Rider, would be awesome, and I'd really like one for Herbie from all the Herbie films. I think that would be great too. That is also a sticker, which is a shame. I don't know why that is not a print, and yet that is. See what I'm saying? It's very inconsistent, but it's still good to get these sets, and I don't think there's a lot they could have changed to make them better. Yeah. Anyway, let's have a look at these spare parts. So for the Dodge Charger, you get a few spares. You get a small sticker sheet compared to the Aston Martin one. It's a lot smaller, even though you wouldn't think it would be that much different. I know there's a lot of these license plate pieces, but even without that, it's bigger, the sticker sheet on that one. And then obviously you get quite a few decent parts. You get an extra roller skate piece. Shame you don't get two of them. And most importantly, you get a spare one of these wheel covers with the print on, which is cool. And you even get one of these extra lights with the printed black lines on. Again, shame you don't get two of them, but yeah. And then you get some more simple pieces like this, and the bar piece that was used for the roll cage inside the car, and things like that. And then for the Aston, obviously, like I just said, the sticker sheet is that, and then you get a few pieces here, most notably the chrome silver 1x3 tiles that I've kept, and they'll be useful for mocks and things. And then you don't get a lot else, you just get an extra horn and a few tiles and studs and things. You don't get a lot really, but you don't need loads. But one other thing you get a microphone, which is for the gear stick in the car. But another thing what's good you get as a spare is one of these. This is used in the construction, I think, for the lights of the car, or to attach part of the front construction, I believe. I can't remember exactly, but I wouldn't use it as a gun for James Bond, because you don't get an actual normal gun in this set for him, and they give you a wrench instead, which is pretty crazy if you ask me. It's just this basic wrench like this, and you never see James Bond using a wrench, so I thought that was very odd, and I'm glad that they give you this spare piece, because I'm actually going to keep it with it as a gun, because I just think it looks better. I don't know why they can't include a gun really, because I mean other sets have guns, like Marvel ones and other things. So an Indiana Jones set, I know they're retired now, but the old Indiana Jones sets had guns with Indiana Jones, so I think James Bond needs a gun, in my opinion. But yeah, anyway, that's just what I think about these two sets. And for the last thing I'll do is I'll just show you a comparison between the Speed Champions Db5 and the Carrera Expert Db5. There is a Technic version of this big one, but I don't have it, so I can't show a comparison with that. But anyway, so here's what it looks like if you have the Carrera Expert big version next to the small version. As you can see, the size is dramatically different, and the big one you do not get a minifigure with, which is a real shame, but it kind of makes sense. Although with the Back to the Future Carrera Expert set, they did include minifigures with that, despite the scale, but that is more recent, and at this time they didn't do that with these sort of ones. But it does make me wonder, will they in the future, with other Carrera Expert licensed vehicles, will they include minifigures, even if they're not to scale? As you can see, the front of this set is far more inaccurate than the small one. The angles are not as good, and it just looks far more blocky, and even the shaping of the grille isn't as good as on the small one. Obviously the big one has all the gadgets, like the rotating lights and things with the guns and stuff like that, and even the license plate can revolve as opposed to having to swap it. But I just think the little one is better, and I would recommend the little one more. I would say the build experience of the big one is slightly better because of all the gadgets, but the little one is still quite good to make. And obviously the big one has the representation of the headlights, but the little one doesn't. But yeah, I still prefer the little one. They're both great though. I can't really fault either of them too much. And yeah, I'd like to see both of these scales of sets being done with other film and TV series cars, such as Herbie and Kit and Starsky and Hutch and Dukes Hazzard and the A-Team van and the Mystery Machine and Christine from Stephen King and the car from the cult classic film The Car, and quite a few other things. But anyway, these are just my thoughts on these two sets. I hope you've liked this video. Feel free to like and subscribe to more videos. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.